Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me. This is a bit of a strange one. This is a follow-up video to bring you up to date with what happened to our sick chicken. A number of people asked us, what happened. We've got 3 chickens, K, F and C, and it was K that got very poorly. So if you haven't seen that video, might want to check that out, and I quite understand if you're not interested in the chicken, but it's actually quite an interesting story. She'd been poorly for about a week. She couldn't walk, she couldn't move, she couldn't feed herself, do anything. So we decided we needed to take her to the vet, and we weren't expecting too much. We thought probably he'd put her down. It was a 45 miles round trip, and he examined her and he couldn't find any broken bones or any problems with her physically, but determined that she must have some kind of viral infection, and that had paralysed her. So he prescribed some antibiotics and minerals and vitamins, and told us to see how it goes. We had to separate her from the other 2 chickens because they were constantly attacking her, so my wife set up a small nest for her in the greenhouse, and went about feeding her and giving her a medicine, which was very difficult. She didn't want to eat, she didn't want to drink. The vet had also told us that she needed to be exercised, to massage her legs and to stretch her talons, her feet, because they were all curled up. So that became a daily routine. My wife would go out every morning and every evening and give her some physiotherapy and hand feed her, and as you can see, she wasn't too keen on eating anything. So things were looking quite bleak. She was very, very quiet and feeling sorry for herself, and we really thought she was going to die any moment. But we continued, or my wife did anyway, and every day she would make her use her legs, exercise her feet. The bird was not enjoying it, and my wife was quite determined and resilient to make sure that the bird did exercise. And as you can see, she couldn't stand up. She kept falling on her face, and it was quite hard to watch. She hand fed her every day and gave her a medicine. We had to buy like a syringe to put the water down her neck, and she wasn't very keen on eating, and we really did think that next morning we'd wake up and she'd be gone. My wife actually made her own little house out of bamboo, and when she got her in there, she seemed to be much happier. This went on for about 3 weeks, until eventually, just over a week ago, she was able to stand up briefly, just for a little while. She was able to hold herself up. Her toes, her talons were still curled up, and she couldn't walk, but she did want to stand up, and she did want to live. She had no balance and she kept falling over, and then she'd collapse and need to have a long rest again. But over the last week, each day she seemed to be getting a little bit stronger.
Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay.
My wife was feeding her corn and sunflower seeds and some greens, and she seemed to be eating a little bit more each day and getting a little bit stronger. And then finally she took a couple of steps.
Wow.
She was starting to look a lot more healthy and quite pleased with herself, and she was trying very hard. So she'd been sick for about a month at this point. It's quite daft how you get quite attached to a chicken, but she was like a family pet, and we were so pleased to see her getting better. And then gradually she started taking steps. Her sisters, F and C, weren't very impressed, and each time we let them out, they immediately attacked her again, so we had to keep them locked up. And K was luxuriating in her own private mansion. She was loving it.
Okay.
So during the last few days, my wife has stopped hand feeding her and is encouraging her to come out and get her own food and feed herself.
This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way.
Eventually she realises what's required of her and she starts to make the effort. We were very pleased. She's still not very strong and hasn't got very good balance, but we can see definite improvement every day. Until finally she was able to feed herself and get her own water. Her sisters still don't want anything to do with her. I feel quite sorry for her. She's quite lonely, but she's recovering. She's walking well, she's eating well. She's not running around yet and she's not laying eggs, but you know, at least she's back with us. So hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching and see you again soon. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. It really helps me if you can give me a like and share, and please subscribe and ring that bell icon so you're notified each time I post a new video. See you in the next one. Bye.